Itaigo Sisana Premanande. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswamin Iti Namine Prabhupadasya Sahityam Yapakasya Vitiryacha Pracharam Kitavan Sadhu Bhagavat Padaite Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyanan Gyana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Guru Vaisnavangscha Shri Rupang Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visagambitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneswari Visabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivas Adi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, in the matter of creation, chapter 17, punishment and reward of Kali. So today we are under the discussion, text number 22. Rajauvacha Dharmam Bravisi Dharmagya Dharmosi Vrisha Rupadri Yad Adharma Kitastanam Suchakasyapi Tadbhavet Rajauvacha Dharmam Bravise Dharmagya Dharmosi Vrisarupadrik Yad Adharma Kitastanam Suchakasyapi Tadbhavet. Somebody else. Rajavacha Mataji's. Dharmo Sibri Sarupadrik Yad Adharma Kitastanam Suchakasyapi Tadbhavet. Okay, word for word meaning. Raja Uvacha. The king said, Dharmam, religion, Bravishi, as you speak. Dharmagya, O one who knows the codes of religion. Dharma, the personality of religion. Ashi, you are Vrisharupadrik in the disguise of a bull, yat whatever, adharma krita, one who acts irreligiously, stanam, place, suchakasya, of the identifier, api, also, tat, that, babet, becomes. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The king said, "Oh, you who are in the form of a bull, you know the truth of religion, and you are speaking according to the principle that the destination intended for the perpetrator of religious acts is also intended for one who identifies the perpetrator. You are no other than the personality of religion." Purport. A devotee's conclusion is that no one is directly responsible for being a benefactor or a mischief monger without the sanction of the Lord. Therefore, he does not consider anyone to be directly responsible for such action. But in both the cases, he takes it for granted that either benefit or loss is God sent, and thus it is His grace. In case of benefit, no one will deny that it is God sent. But in case of loss or reverses, one becomes doubtful about how the Lord could be so unkind to His devotee as to put him in great difficulty. Jesus Christ was seemingly put into such great difficulty, being crucified by the ignorant, but He was never angry at the mischief mongers. That is the way of accepting a thing, either favorable or unfavorable. Thus, for a devotee, the identifier is equally a sinner, like the mischief monger. By God's grace, the devotee tolerates all reverses. Maharaj Parikshit observed this, and therefore he could understand that the bull was no other than the personality of religion himself. In other words, a devotee has no suffering at all because his so-called suffering is also God's grace for a devotee who sees God in everything. The cow and bull never placed any complaint before the king for being tortured by the personality of Kali. Although everyone lodges such complaints before the state authorities, the extraordinary behavior of the bull made the king conclude that the bull was certainly the personality of religion, for no one else could understand the finer intricacies of the codes of religion. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 22. Raja Uvacha Dharma Bravishi Dharmagya. The knower of religion is Krishna himself, because he's the one who is the origin of everything. And when we say religion, that is the closest meaning of dharma. In Sanskrit, a word can have many meanings, different angle, points of views. They can explain the same word, but the closest, the Dharma that we are given is what? Religion. Now, it's not the same religion that nowadays they are trying to propagate, because religion doesn't change. It's eternal. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote a book, Jaiva Dharma. In that Jaiva Dharma book, the process of bhakti is explained, how one performs his personal sadhana, how one performs his internal meditation as well. And it gives the highest up to the relationships between Krishna and the Vrajavasis. So our Dharma is service. You cannot, as Prabhupada says, you cannot take that away from the jivas to serve Krishna. Yes. So, was that Dharma to Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam? The Dharma can only be enunciated by Lord Krishna, Bhagavat, the Supreme, and Vedai Sarvair Ahang Eva Vedya, Vedanta Krit Vedavid Eva Achaham. Vedais Sarvair. Of all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of the Vedas. Vyasadeva is an empowered incarnation of Lord Krishna. He's an avatar also, but in a Jiva Tattva category. Sakchavesh, Shakti Avesh. That means empowered. It's like Srila Prabhupada. It's an empowered expansion of the Supreme Lord, avatar. So when Lord Krishna comes, he performs many activities, and many things are being accomplished all at the same time. They're all interconnected. Yeah, just for one lila, he can have 5, 6 reasons why that lila is going on. And the principle of religion can only be enunciated by Lord Krishna, because he is the source. Now, the Vedas is divided into 4, because it's so voluminous. You cannot just read it in one sitting. Even one lifetime is not enough to finish the whole Vedas. So what is the essence of the Vedas? The Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the Vedas. It's like, Srimad Bhagavatam is like the cream. When we say cream, it's on the top, right? It's like the sweetest. Yes. So, Lord Krishna, 5,000 years ago, he performed these pastimes in the battle of Kurukshetra, along with his eternal companion, his eternal friend and devotee, Bhakto me Shakacheti. And seemingly it is a backlash. That means Arjuna is put into that position where he does not have any choice. His choice is to go along with a very difficult decision. Now, if that happens to us, are we going to be able to do the same thing? Huh? Huh? Yes, you should do it for Krishna. That's what the Bhagavad Gita is all about. Do everything for Krishna. And Arjuna is put into that position. So, according to Srila Prabhupada, in the purport, that the devotee, for everything that happens to him, he cannot pinpoint anybody. Hey, it's because of you. That's why I'm like this. Have you heard of that before? Yeah? Blaming others, saying, hey, I'm like this. If it's not because of you, I will not be like this. Yes, one can reason like that, but ultimately, the conditioned souls, they're under the jurisdiction of Maya Shakti. The Maya Shakti, the predominating energy in the material world, is very difficult to overcome. Bhagavad Gita says that, right? Daivihi ishe gunamai, mama maya duratyaya, mam evaya prabhatyante, mayamitam tarantite. This divine energy of mine is very difficult to overcome. So we have to know what is religion, what is irreligion, is the duty of the living entity in the human form of life to understand this. So, yes, everything is under the jurisdiction of guna, karma, and kala. Guna, that means the three modes of material nature. That's the nature of this world. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. It's like three strands, like in the rope. You have three strands of rope to make it very strong. So Durga Devi, very difficult to penetrate. Durga means fourth. Fourth means, it's like in the early days, in Vedic times, the fourth is like the thickness of the palaces, the boundary wall. You cannot easily penetrate it. Nowadays, it's not even 1 foot. Yeah, the boundary. So Dharma, now personified as the bull, and personified Kali is not a very, you may say, admirable personality, because he can only stay where there is gold, where there is prostitution, where there is greed, where there is envy, all the seemingly it's desirable. There's no benefit in in those places, to live in those places. So Parikshit Maharaj was told Kali, because he was beating the bull. He was beating the bull. And the bull has 4 legs, right? So there's only one left. And that is truthfulness. In Kali Yuga, there's still some truthfulness. Still some truth. What's that? Satyam? Right? Satyam, truth. Even the kids, right? You don't hear them telling lies except if they're fighting with another kid, like Krishna and Balaram. They'll say Krishna ate some mud. So that's why he is God. He can do anything and everything, and out of his sweet will. So when King Parikshit saw the bull only standing in one leg, and so this Kali is very cruel. Austerity, cleanliness, it's gone. Compassion, mercy, it's gone. In Kali Yuga. So, yes, devotees may see some reversals that's going on in their lives, but he does not claim others to be the cause of those things. He knew very well that I am the cause. I am the cause. Krishna is sending me less reaction, less karma. Karma means action. It's a law of nature. We're also under the jurisdiction of karma. We have all material destiny. Materially, we all have certain quota of happiness and distress, joy and sorrow. But those things can change if one takes up to Krishna consciousness. So yes, it is not so easy to understand this if one is under the modes of material nature, especially we call bodily concept. When we say bodily concept is mental platform. That's part of the body, the mind. So our disease is that the mind is not focused unto Krishna. Focused on anything else. And therefore, there is always anxiety. When the mind is focused unto Krishna, manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyachi mam namaskuru. It's even mentioned twice in Bhagavad Gita, 934 and 1865. Yes? Why? Because that is the nature of the jivas. Krishna consciousness. That is the natural. And in this way, things may happen to us that because of our karma from before, we're reaping. We use the word reap. Like we will have to face it. And karma can be burned when one performs akarma activities. Akarma. Akarma means no more karma. It's like what we're doing. Every day. We're doing the same thing again and again. And for a devotee, it's always fresh. He never thinks, oh, maybe tomorrow I'll do something else. Tomorrow I'll do something different. Do you ever think like that? Huh? Of course not. But it's full of varieties during the whole day also. It's very fresh. Yes. So this is by the Lord's grace. This is the Lord's mercy. Sometimes devotees ask, how come I don't feel like I'm making advancement? I feel like, it's the same thing. Something is missing. You ever think like that? Huh? Sometimes. Yes, that's natural, isn't it? Definitely. But this is not, it's like not an imposition to our willingness. It is just the natural tendency of the living entity to love Krishna. And to love Krishna, we are always engaged in hearing, chanting, remembering, and different activities. So that is real religion. That's what I call Jaiva Dharma. And in the Jaiva Dharma, there is what I call Naimitika. Naimitika and Nitya Seva. Nitya Seva and Naimitika Seva. Naimitika Seva means occasional service. And Nitya Seva means eternal. It's like daily, regular, regulated. It's like deity worship every day. This is Nitya Seva. And so the devotees, they perform their services without any, they don't think of anything else for themselves, practically. They even sacrifice their own happiness for Krishna's happiness. And that's the Brajabasis, especially the gopis. They will sacrifice whatever, themselves. Have you heard that story? Oh yes, Krishna had a headache and Narad Muni was passing by. So he asked how to relieve this headache. And Krishna says, oh, it's from the dust coming from the dust lotus feet of my devotees. If I smear this in my head, then I'll be free from headache. Yes? So Narad Muni went to the Brahmanas, the Smarta Brahmanas. They're good. But they're missing the point. So he said, no. We don't want to go to hell. We don't want to go to hell. No, you cannot have. So finally, Narad Muni approached the gopis. And the gopis says, yes, you can have as much as you like. You can have here, there's a pile over there. You can take. Really? What? You don't mind? You go to hell? No, you don't mind. Don't mind going to hell. As long as Krishna's headache will be relieved. So this is, yes, even while asleep, the Brajabasis are also thinking of Krishna within their mind. So this is inconceivable. We cannot understand this fully because the Lord is like this. He's inconceivable. And here, the bull, is the personified Dharma. Personified Dharma. Therefore, he knows, just like, remember that story of Ajamil? The Yamadutas were stopped by the Vishnudutas, and they don't know what is their position. It's the first time it happened to them, that they were stopped by certain personalities they've never seen before. They're so effulgent. They look like Lord Vishnu. And they asked, because they thought that they only have one master. They didn't know that there are other masters. There is Lord Vishnu, and their master is Yamaduta, Yamaraj, the Yamadutas, Yamaraj. Yamaraj also, yes, personified Dharma, isn't it? Am I correct? Yes? Sister is Yamuna. There is a temple of Yamaraj, I think, in near Vishramghat. Vishramghat is a place where it starts the parikrama. If you go Brajamandal parikrama, there's a deity of Surya. Oh yes, or yes. If you have darshan of that deity, then you don't take birth again. This is in Vrindavan, the deity of. So the bull is like the father, cow is the mother. Bull works hard, tilling the land, providing the necessities. It's like bull is like the head of the family. So, in this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the king now is starting to speak to the bull. That's amazing how the Lord, His inconceivable energies, is able to give us all of these informations so that to dispel our doubts and purify our hearts. Okay, I will stop here. If there's any question or comment. Yes? You have mic? Oh, there's a mic.
Thank you for the class, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Merci beaucoup.
Maharaj, they say that the leg the bull had was truthfulness. So at the same time, we see that one of the defects of the conditioned soul, one of the defects in Kali Yuga, is the tendency to be cheated and cheat others.
Yes.
So that is related to truthfulness also. The missing of truthfulness. So how at the same time there is truthfulness?
What is truth for the materialist is not real truth. Real truth is that we are not this body. We're spirit souls. Krishna is God. We are all His servants. And our main purpose is to serve, make Krishna happy. That is the absolute truth. That we're going to die, but the soul will go on to the next body. It depends on one's desire at the time of death and what he's doing every day. What is his desire? This is absolute truth. Their truth is relative truth. So there is still this truth, this dharma. Yeah? Whereby the science of Krishna consciousness is being spread. Yes. That's what it is. Prabhupada says, at least there should be a Brahmanical class in the society to balance, to make it sane. Otherwise now it's insane. That is the material world. It's illusory, ephemeral, temporary, impermanent. So it cannot be truth. Truth is eternal, doesn't change. So that's what we're trying to propagate. As Prabhupada says, ours is only a proposal. My dear sir, please take this. Yes. You may take it or you may leave it, but if you take it, you'll be eternally benefited some other time. Yes. Any other? Yes.
Last. And as you mentioned that we asked as a conditioned soul, right?
I didn't say he's a conditioned soul.
Shakya
Yeah. Jiva Tattva. In the Jiva Tattva category, others are Nitya Badhas and others are Nitya Siddhas, eternally liberated souls. Yes. So Vyasadeva is in that platform, no?
So that's why I said Bhagavan asked.
Bhagavan, yes. Sometimes the devotees of the Lord are called, like Narad Muni. Sometimes he's called Bhagavan because they carry the same mood of Krishna. Especially Narad Muni. He travels and always singing. Narada Muni Bhaja Vina Radhika Ranamana. He's always chanting Radhika Raman's name with his veena. You know veena? It's a very intricate instrument. Yes, he has this Shakti also to infuse bhakti. He probably has the most disciples. He's traveling all over. And there's only one Narad Muni. Yes, he can go back and forth without visa, without passport. That is his passport, the Veena. And Prabhupada says, Narad Muni is so kind that he appears in every page of the Srimad Bhagavatam. In each page. And that's true. When you hear the pastimes of the Lord, you cannot have Narad Muni not be included. He's always there. Isn't it? Yeah? Right. everywhere. From the first canto to the 10th canto, you go to 12th canto, Narad Muni is always there. Yes. Mm-mm. So these are, the Charkumaras also, they are exalted Jiva Tattvas. Yeah. Prithu Maharaj, you know Prithu Maharaj? He's also in that category. Sakyavesh. Yeah. There are those who are in the Vishnu Tattva categories now. Mm-mm.
So, Maharaj, you mentioned, like we know that yes, there was Shakta Vishakta, so
Mm-mm.
he was sent by the Lord for writing the scriptures, right?
Yeah.
So why did
To narrate.
But why did Vyasadevji first wrote all the different Puranas before instructed finally by Narada Muni to write Shiva Purana?
Yes.
Why did he write?
He missed. That's why he became despondent. Prabhupada used the word despondent. And Narad Muni came and he told him, yes, you have written everything. You have written the Puranas, the Itihasas, even Mahabharata, and there's still something missing. You're not satisfied because you forgot to narrate the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna from his childhood pastimes up to in Dwarka. That's why the 10th canto is considered to be the smiling face of Lord Krishna. The different cantos is compared to the different limbs of Lord Krishna. So we have to go systematically. Others, they want to jump immediately in the 10th canto. First read Sri Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada says, I put everything in the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he said, I put everything in the first 3 chapters of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then later on he says, I put everything in the first sloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gave on that same first verse. We were there in Bangladesh, in Dhaka. No, a few years ago. And it was Janmashtami, a very short period because very risky also, Muslims. Yeah. So there was a temple there where Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I believe he gave class for 3 months or something, maybe 6 months, at least 3 months for the first canto, first sloka. Yes. So you please read every day. Prabhupada says minimum 1 hour. And try to come for the morning program as much as possible. Then we will soon relish also the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? Oh, you have a question? One last question. Go ahead.
My question, thank you for the class. The question is, how can we overcome the propensity to tell ourselves what we may want to hear or what is easier to accept than face the truth of the situation? Because it can be so subtle sometimes.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? To not think about it?
I mean, wasn't specific it's something
Yeah.
that happens every day.
We're always hoping for the best. Hope for the best and expect for the worst. Yeah. Our desire ultimately is that how we can serve Lord Krishna, that have good relationships with everyone, not speak very harsh, speak in a very, the past you cannot buy boatload gold, Chanakya Pandit says. And whatever we're facing, we should be grateful. Not so easy if something which you don't desire is happening, undesirable. But what to do? Just accept it and thank Lord Krishna. That you could have suffered more, but because of His mercy, you only received very little less. We should not forget to be grateful to Lord Krishna every day, as soon as we wake up, and during the day, and before we retire, whatever that may be that Krishna has given to us. Don't be attached to the results. That's the whole Bhagavad Gita is that don't be attached to the result. What's going on, it will go on. But yeah, we should be more mindful about ourselves, how we can purify ourselves. Yes?